Hello YouTube, this is the Atheist Crusader here, and this is my first YouTube video, on this channel at least. I've got another channel, but I'm not going to plug it or anything, because this is the one that's important right now. So, a couple weeks ago I decided to start reading the Bible, just so I could kind of understand in a better light, what Christians actually believe. And last night I kind of figured, well, I could do that on YouTube and kind of like have you guys' input on and opinion on the Bible as well. So I'm going to start with Genesis chapter 1, because, you know, that's the first book and the first chapter of the Bible. So let's get started. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. And God said, "Let there be a vault between the waters to separate water from water." So God made the vault and separated the water under the vault from the water above it. And it was so. God called the vault sky. And there was evening, and there was morning, the second day. And God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered to one place, and let dry ground appear. And it was so. God called the dry ground land, and the gathered waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants and trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it, according to their various kinds." And it was so. The land produced vegetation, plants bearing seed according to their kinds, and trees bearing fruit with seed in it according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the vault of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs to mark sacred times and days and years, and let them be lights in the vault of the sky to give light on the earth." And it was so. God made two great lights, the greater light to govern the day, and the lesser light to govern the night. He also made the stars. God set them in the vault of the sky to give light on the earth, to govern the day and the night, and to separate light from darkness. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the fourth day. And God said, "Let the water teem with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the vault of the sky." So God created the creatures of the sea, and every living thing with which the water teems, and that moves around in it according to their kinds, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful and increase in number, and fill the water in the seas, and let the birds increase on the earth." And there was evening, and there was morning, the fifth day. And God said, "Let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, the livestock, the creatures that move along the ground, and the wild animals, each according to its kind." And it was so. God made the wild animals according to their kinds, the livestock according to their kinds, and all the creatures that move along the ground according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals, and over all the creatures that move along the ground." So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God he created them. Male and female he created them. God blessed them and said to them, "Be fruitful and increase in number. Fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, and over every living creature that moves on the ground." Then God said, I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food. And to all the beasts of the earth, and all the birds in the sky, and all the creatures that move along the ground, everything that has the breath of life in it, I give every green plant for food. And it was so. God saw all that he had made, and it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. And that's the end of Genesis chapter 1. One common argument that I've heard about Genesis, the creation story, pretty much, is that it happened in the same order that science says that everything was created, which, I mean, that's absolutely false. It says in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That suggests that was one of the first things to form, which is just absolutely false. And then it says, "Let there be light," and there was light, and God saw that it was good, separated the light from the darkness. How can you do that if there isn't already darkness? It's just weird. Just weird to me. And another thing is, people of the time of biblical times, they seem to they didn't seem to think, they actually thought the moon was a light, and it's not. It just reflects sunlight back to the earth. And it shows in this book saying that the moon is a light. Now, if God is all-knowing, how did he not know that the moon wasn't a light? I mean, he created it. He should have known. So, that's my take on Genesis chapter 1. So, there will be more to come. I will do a reading of chapter 2 here pretty soon. I'll probably do like one a day, maybe, if I can do that, I guess. But to encourage me to learn more and keep reading this, please subscribe and share with your friends, because, I mean, chances are you've got a friend or two that's an atheist, and they don't really want to come out and say it because they're afraid to. So, they're afraid. Some people are afraid that they'll be rejected by society for it, because it's not it's the fastest growing religious belief in the U.S. is none, pretty much, which means that, people are not affiliated with a religion. That doesn't mean that they don't believe in a God, but, some people are afraid to say that. So, but like I said, please subscribe to hear more, be able to put in your input on this. And you know what? I am completely 100% open to debates, just give me some time to think of arguments and everything, and then we can debate if you want to. So, with that being said, this is the end, and goodbye.